Greek mathematics. The Greeks made wonderful contributions in the mathematical field. They had within them a strong speculative tendency. They divided the field of mathematics into arithmetic, the study of multitude or discrete quantity, and geometry, that of magnitude or continuous quantity, and considered both to have originated three practical activities. There naturally took place an exchange of ideas as well as knowledge. Almost all the Greek philosophers and mathematicians visited the land of the pyramids. To Egypt, Greece is indebted, among other things, for its elementary geometry. But this does not lessen the glory of Greek mind. Whatever the Greeks receive, we improve and we perfect, says Plato. The Ionic school. In 640 BC, a boy named Thales was born in Miletus. His parents were descendants of the original Greek settlers in this city. From his earliest days, he showed great energy and ability. To Thales goes the honor of having introduced the study of geometry in Greece. He was the first man in history to insist on proof rather than intuition in geometry. He is also known as the inventor of theorems on the equality of vertical angles, the equality of the angles at the base of an isosceles triangle, the bisection of a circle by any diameter, the congruence of two triangles having a side and the two adjacent angles equal respectively, the sum of the three angles of a triangle to be equal to two right angles, and that all angles inscribed in a semicircle are right angles. During his travels, he has also become interested in Babylonian astronomy. On the occasion, he astonished his fellow Greeks by predicting an eclipse of the sun in 585 BC. They were still more astonished when the eclipse actually took place on May 28th, 585 BC. The school of Pythagoreans. About the year 580 BC, nobody knows the exact date. A Greek boy was born in Samos, whose name is found in every textbook on geometry today. That name is Pythagoras. Little is known of his early life except that he studied under Thales and probably visited Egypt on his master's advice in order to study the earth measurement of Egyptian priests. When he was about 50 years old, he left Samos and went to live in a town called Crotona in southern Italy. At Crotona, he quickly gathered together a kind of brotherhood and school of mathematical philosophy. The members of the school were forbidden to divulge the discoveries and doctrines of their school to any stranger. This secrecy caused it to become an object of suspicion. People in Lower Italy revolted and destroyed his school. Pythagoras fled to Mathaponton, where he was murdered. Many mathematical terms can be traced to the Pythagoreans. The word mathematics was probably first used by them. Their geometry is much concerned with areas. The famous Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras called the sphere the most beautiful of all solids and the circle the most beautiful of all plane figures. The star-shaped pentagram was used as symbol of recognition by the Pythagoreans and was called health by them. The Sophist school. In the year 480 BC, the Greeks introduced democracy in their country, and therefore every citizen became a politician. Education has to be provided to every man. Thus, there arose a demand for teachers. The supply came principally from Sicily, where Pythagorean doctrine was spread. These teachers were called sophists or wise men. They taught geometry, astronomy, philosophy, and language. Hippocrates, a sophist, showed that circles are to each other as the square of their diameters. Antiphon, Bryson, Zeno, and Democritus were other famous mathematicians of this period. Plato. Plato was born at Athens in 429 BC and died in 348 BC. He traveled widely and came in contact with great philosophers and mathematicians of other countries. He established his school in 389 BC and devoted the remainder of his life to teaching and writing. He was of the view that anyone who wanted to be a leader among men ought to know mathematics, by which, of course, at that time he meant geometry. In the rules he laid down for his grown up followers, Plato was very strict. Let no man destitute of geometry enter my doors was the inscription over the entrance to his school. He insisted even more strongly than had the Pythagoreans that geometric facts must be proved by rigorous logical reasoning. In order to avoid constructions that involved the puzzling problems of infinity, he insisted on the hard and fast rule, probably made before his time, that only a ruler and compasses might be used for geometric constructions. One of the greatest achievements of Plato and his school is the invention of analysis as a method of proof. He has been called a maker of mathematicians. Man- Magnesimus, Denostratus, Eudoxus, Leodems, and many others were his students.